Hello and welcome to your home for Eudora Sports Live, and I forgot to do the open. That's where we're going to start, Andy. We'll be back in just a minute.
It's time for Eudora High School Athletics. On your new home for Cardinal sports, Eudora Sports Live. Eudora Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance. They have Kansas covered with 23 companies to give you the best choices possible. Learn more at kansasins.com. Eudora Sports Live is also presented by It's time for Eudora High School Athletics. On your new home for the Cardinals, Eudora Sports Live.
Hello and welcome, take two, to your home for Eudora Sports Live, here on Varsity Sports Live. My name is Reed McAvoy, and I am here with Andy Duarte. We are going to be your crew for tonight, and it is homecoming for your Cardinals. That means we've got a lot of familiar faces making a return to Eudora District Stadium. And speaking of making a return, looking at this matchup with the Ottawa Cyclones, I think that the Cardinals are likely to return to winning ways. Last week was a tough loss against Spring Hill where a field goal ended up being the difference, and it's hard to not highlight the loss of Errol Seaman as a huge factor. It was only the first quarter when he had to leave the game, and he never returned. As the rain started to pour, Coach Steffen made an adjustment and put the other shining star of the Cardinals, Adrian Seals, in the backfield, but he could only do so much as he also was hurting. He tried his very best to push through his apparent foot injury, but it was a muted version of Seals taking the carries, and in the end the Cardinals couldn't get the points needed to win. From the looks of it, it would seem that Seaman will not be playing again this week, so it'll be interesting to see this week how if Seals is going to continue to play in the backfield as a makeshift running back, or if he will stay out wide and make way for the likes of Braden Spear, Matt Majette, Braylon Hubler, or even the quarterback himself, Cole Manley, to run against this defense tonight. What are you thinking, Andy?
It'll be interesting to see what they decide to switch up from last time. Obviously, last time it was I don't want to say like a last-minute thing, but it was almost like we need to change something now, especially with Seaman unfortunately out of the game. So it's kind of like let's see what we can do now. And, as you said, last time there was the injury on the foot of Seals. If he is playing today, it's probably all well recovered. I don't think it looked too insane by any means, if you know what I mean. So I think we'll see him in probably full form today, if I had to guess correctly, especially since they probably have, that school nurse working long hours to make sure Adrian is back fitted for position.
And my money is absolutely on Seals staying out wide, and I think that we will see a whole lot of that pitch play where Manley keeps it to his left or right. He has an option to pitch it towards the sideline, and it makes the nearest defender have to choose whether they're going to go for the ball carrier or for Manley. And if they take if they go towards the ball carrier, as they often do, Manley will just pitch it out, and the back will go for a nice gain. But if the defender goes towards the pitch option, Manley keeps it himself, and he's always good for a nice gain as well. I'd look for a lot of Matt Majette on that play if they do run it. And I like this a lot because this is just a good play design where you don't have to have an Errol Seaman to get a big play. Obviously, you'd love to have him, but guys like Majette and Hubler are fully capable of capitalizing on the open field that this play buys them. And one of them might even get in the end zone off that play tonight. We're going to take a break here. Don't go anywhere as kickoff continues to close in here on the home of the Cardinals, Eudora Sports Live.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
High quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
And we are back here on Eudora Sports Live. We've got about 10 minutes from kickoff. It's interesting looking into this matchup. The Ottawa Cyclones come in 1-2. Last week they lost 28-6 against Paola. Not a great game for them there. But a couple weeks ago they did get their first win, 30-0 against Baldwin. And I think that 0 demonstrates they do have a pretty solid defense that Eudora is going to have to work to break down today, especially with the loss of Seaman. They'll have to have a different running back out there. And so they do have some work to do. And we, as I'm sure you all know, Eudora coming off of a really tough loss, 31-28 last week against Spring Hill, a game that they won last year pretty handily. They could not do the same this year. And so whereas last season they were 3-0 and would eventually go on to be 4-0 at this point in the season, 3-0 at this point in the season, but they would go on to be 4-0. They are 2-1 coming in here, so that perfect season is already gone 3 weeks in. But I think that tonight could definitely be a bit of a get-right game. Don't want to disrespect the Cyclones too much, but that is definitely the feel coming in here. Would you agree, Andy?
Yeah, no, I mean, last time, they kept it so close to Spring Hill Broncos, despite, them having 2 injuries on some of their most important players. So as long as we see them lock in, come in with those new fresh strategies, knowing what to do with Seaman now gone on the court or on the field, we'll see what they have to do to kind of make this happen. I mean, as you said, we might be seeing a really good defense on the side of Ottawa. But, I mean, then again, if you're watching Eudora, it's hard to almost predict that they won't make a touchdown every single play, every single run. So you just gotta have something cooking in terms of defense, as you said, with Ottawa. And we'll see if they can make it look anything close to what happened with Baldwin. I mean, 30-0 is nothing to scoff at. I mean, dropping no points does mean that they had a clutch on that game for sure. We'll see if they can bring any of that fire to Eudora as well.
Right, and still having Seals, even without Seaman, still having Seals in this game is such a great factor that he is enough to win you a game all on his own. You can get him that screenplay, and he will run 99 yards if he has to, and he will score that touchdown. I think that we very well may see that happen again today. As Eudora enters the field here, we will take another break. We will be back in 3 as kickoff continues to approach.
The Supplemental Security Income Program provides monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to start to apply. Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute. The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Hello and welcome back. 4 minutes from kickoff here. They just announced the defensive starting lineups, and so I'm going to read them to you as well. This is presented by the Eudora Public Library. The starting lineups here for the Cyclones, we've got Nate Sims, 6'1", sophomore. Aiden McCullough, 6'3", sophomore. Zach Winter, 5'9", senior. Aiden Finch, 5'8", senior. Cole McGrath, 6'2", junior. Parker Guja, 6 foot, senior. Chase Myers, 5'9", sophomore. Liam Marler, 5'7", sophomore. Seth Ferguson, 5'10", junior. Cole Callahan, 6'1", senior. And Tommy Evans, 6'2", senior. That is the starters for the Ottawa Cyclones. And then on the Eudora side, we have your defensive starters. Number 0, George Hagan. Number 2, Braylon Hubler. Number 3, Wyatt Summers. Number 4, Adrian Seals. Number 10, Christian Jarrett. Number 22, Matt Majette. Number 32, Bryce Mulvihill. Number 50, Max Mitchell. Number 51, Sylvester Janovic. Number 56, Thomas Cromer. And number 72, Leland Bradshaw. That is your Eudora Public Library starting lineup This broadcast here from Eudora Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance. We are going to take one last break, and then we will be about 30 seconds from kickoff. So do not go anywhere. Keep it here on Eudora Sports Live.
Save the Children believes childhood without food is unimaginable. Yet around the world, children are suffering from the worst famine in our lifetime, coupled with conflict, poverty, climate change, and more. Join Save the Children and get fed up. Fed up with the lack of progress. Fed up with the injustice. Learn how you can get involved in the fight against childhood hunger at savethechildren.org/getfedup.
I'm fed up.
We're fed up.
We're fed up.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
And they have kicked a little bit early here, and so we are off. Josue Navarro on the return gets out to about the 38-yard line. And we are underway here. Homecoming football for your Eudora Cardinals. Cardinals are going to start on defense here. You can see Seals entering the field. Got 3 wide on the left, 1 on the right for the Cyclones. A screen play out to the left. Makes a move inside, and he's near the first down.
All right, good movement. Yeah,
that was Zayton Vink on the catch. Go ahead, Andy.
Moving up just a little bit, yeah, so you're going to see at least a little inching forward. You don't want to get caught down way too shortly, so it's good that they're making a bit of distance now while they can. 2nd and 2.
Again, 3 wide. And the handoff to the right. Mulvihill slips up, couldn't make the tackle. That is Dante Silvey, the 5'11 junior on the carry. And I think he did get the first down there, if not just short. Seals and Silvey got in. Seals, getting in on the tackle there.
Yeah, nice to see that. Seals, being such a offensive menace, does not at all take away from him being a defensive, also just great player as well. I mean, obviously, you know, you can't make all the star plays when you're on defense, except maybe like a big interception, right? But, you know, he still does his thing where he can still get those tackles.
I mean, we remember that game against Bonner Springs where he had 2 interceptions, and then he scored the touchdown on both of the ensuing offensive drives. I called those DIY touchdowns. He can definitely make an impact. The snap here taken by Vink, pitched outside to Sims, and he will get a gain of 3 or 4 there.
That's a big distance. I like the little loop around where they try to go around and actually kind of juke the defending line for a bit of a second. But
Hubler got in on the tackle there.
3-yard gain on the play, 2nd and 7 Cyclones.
We'll bring up 2nd and 7. So there are some unique names on the Ottawa side of the ball. Their quarterback, Zayton Vink. Zayton spelled Z-E-T-A-N, pronounced Zayton. And then I got to highlight my favorite, their kick returner, Josue Navarro. Josue spelled J-O-S-U-E. And here's a throw incomplete from Zayton Vink. That will bring up 3rd down here.
Yeah, I can't lie. That area of the field was open. I'm not going to lie. I think Zayton was expecting a little bit more speed on one of his catchers, unfortunately, which just was not met there.
Yeah, it was batted down there. Couldn't get the pass he was looking for. But you're right that look was looking like a good opportunity there. Maybe they might do a similar play here as we have empty backfield, 5 wide. So showing a pass here. Seals is going to play deep safety, looks like. And they're looking. They have him. He's got a man. Aiden McCullough will get pushed out by Majette right at the 20. That was a huge play. Whoever was supposed to be on McCullough completely lost him as he found all kinds of space over there. And Vink with a nice throw and a big first down for the Cyclones. Puts them very near to the red zone. Looks like the 23-yard line.
Shout out to Jeff for knowing that, like, listen, we're not going to drop this point just yet, you know. It's just the start of the game. Let's settle down here. I mean, you know, they can still keep the defense going. But that was that was a ton of yards for Ottawa. So that's a great start for them, at least in terms of offensive side.
Yeah.
We'll see what they can do to make this happen.
Very impressive. Oh, miscommunication here. Vink's going to have to audible. And a huge stop there from Max Mitchell, the senior. Vink and his running back there, Dante Sylvie, had some miscommunication. Vink went to the right, Sylvie went to the left, and so then Vink had to make something up there, and it did not work. And we have a flag on the field. It is holding.
Hit the animation. Hit the animation.
Here it is. Here it is. That was a penalty there against Ottawa. So they will be backed up there. I might have declined that penalty had I been Coach Steffen, but it is a big loss, the holding penalty. So makes sense to accept, back them up pretty far, keep it on first down as well.
I mean, you'll take anything if you're Eudora right now. I mean, you want to keep them far away from the touchdown as possible. I mean, one more pass of the last caliber, and we might see one. So let's see what happens, though.
The give here to Sims out to the left, getting a decent gain there on 1st and 20. Brought down on that far side. Looks like it was Sylvester Janovec.
I mean, as you said, solid gain. You know, it's a bit of distance. That's all you need, just those pushes.
Yeah. Definitely brings up a second and manageable 2nd and 11.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. What's the play here? It's going to be a pass, going to be a run.
Going back to that throw to McCullough, the fact that they went 5 wide and still got that huge gain, just telling him exactly what you're going to do and making that play is a huge ability to have. And this is a throw out to Sims. Seals makes the tackle. And I think, again, they've about halved the distance. But just going back to that play once more, I mean, to show your hand, to say we are going to throw the ball and still be able to burn the corner and get open is very impressive. And the Cardinals are going to have to figure that out if they want to stay in this game. That we were talking about being a get-right game, and right out of the gate, it looks like the Cyclones are planning on staying in this thing.
Yeah, you know, the Cyclones are actually the ones getting it right. I mean, their offense especially right now making some huge plays right here. They're like mixing up a good amount of run-ins, or like a good amount of runs and a good amount of passes, to where the Cardinals would completely be second-guessing themselves and constantly be on the watch.
Sims out to the left again. He found a seam there, and in the end could not get away from Wyatt Summers after he did pick up the first down, and that does put the Cyclones into the red zone and deep into the red zone here, definitely in striking distance. Not impressive defending from the Cardinals so far. Good tackling, but not able to limit the Cyclones from doing exactly what they want to, getting down the field in a very impressive opening drive.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If you're a Cardinals fan right now, this is not what you want to see. I mean, if you're a Cardinals fan, you probably want to make sure that they just stop getting those yards, but like they just keep coming so quickly.
Sylvie in the backfield, and they will hand to him despite having 4 wide receivers, and he is brought down for just a short gain there. He was tackled by Thomas Cromer, and it is inside the 5.
1 or 2 more gains, and that might just be a touchdown.
Cyclones definitely have a nice combination of using about the same formation to completely different things with a short handoff, or if you want to make those passes. So definitely making the Cardinals have to think about things, showing them the same formation but completely different plays, having to keep them on their toes. Vink here under center. Sylvie the lone back, and he's looking to throw, and he gets the throw off, and wow, I think that Cole McGrath there could have maybe a better time jump would have resulted in a touchdown there. Yeah, he had his man beat. That's Wyatt Summers. He just a nice cut towards the pylon over there on the left side, but the throw was just a little high. The jump was just a little early. Cardinals get away with one there. It's now 3rd and goal.
All right, yeah, let's see what the play is.
Sims out on the right. Sylvie again the lone back, a motion man. Vink wants to throw again, and he has McCullough, who made the big play earlier in this drive, and he is in the end zone for a touchdown. The Ottawa Cyclones take the lead, something we mentioned last game. was when Spring Hill took the lead. That was the first time the Cardinals had not led all season. And here they are again, only 5 minutes into this game, and again they are trailing. Obviously haven't had a chance to touch the ball yet, but they had not even trailed until last week, and now right off the bat they are trailing yet again as the Cyclones set up for the PAT.
Seeing him in the back foot like this, it is interesting to see what kind of game we're going to be seeing. I mean, will the Cardinals' offense get stopped as well?
Josue Navarro makes the PAT there. We are going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here on Varsity Sports Live, Eudora Sports Live.
Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
And we are back here. Cardinals setting up deep here. Majette and Seals are the men back to return. Jarrett and Mulvihill back there as well. We're going to get a chance to see a seamanless Cardinals team for the first time in terms of the entire game. So they've had a week to adjust to that absence, find out who they are going to give it to instead. So I am pretty excited to see how they are going to deal with this, even though obviously I'm not excited that Errol Seaman is out of this game. But every team has times like this where they need to adjust to a tough injury, and I do think that the Cardinals will be able to overcome it, but the time for thinking is over. The Cardinals are going to have to actually do it now. And that Bryce Mulvihill caught that one. He could have let it go. It would have been at about the same spot. That 35-yard line is the penalty for a kick out of bounds. So it doesn't really matter that he caught it there. Cardinals are going to start in decent territory for this opening drive. And I just want to highlight Braylon Hobler going out there. He might be that lead back tonight. Braden Spear and Matt Majette, the other options. What are you thinking, Andy?
I mean, just listening out those names, that is a powerhouse that's coming out on the offensive side. We're going to see what happens because, as we were expecting, if you just look at the stats, you'd assume, maybe Ottawa has just a nice defense cooking here. So we'll see what Eudora has to offer against them as well. And we've seen it time and time again, just touchdowns come out of nowhere from even the 99 yards. Anything is possible, so we'll see what happens to start it off.
There were some late audibles there, and that looked like miscommunication. I don't think that's an actual fumble, but not a – oh, no, and Cole Manley is down. This could be terrible. He is in a lot of pain.
Uh-oh.
This could be a really bad – this could be really bad news here.
Cole Manley, the ball carrier on that play.
Going to see what they do here.
The Cyclone defense.
There were some points last week where Cole Manley was the only remaining star on this team, who I would classify Errol Seaman, Adrian Seals, and Cole Manley as those bright, shining stars on this team. And they put a lot of weight on his back, metaphorically. And here in this game, just that first play, I'm really not sure what happened. Looked like there was some miscommunication, and he ended up getting run into by his own teammate, shoved into the pile, and picked up an injury. So that means Connor Watson is going to come in here as the backup quarterback.
All right, yeah. I mean, I see them practicing. All their quarterbacks on the roster are pretty solid. They can all still throw some great passes, but you do hate to see, as you said, one of those powerhouses, Manley, go out so early. I mean, I don't think it was anything too severe, but you got to see what happens.
Yeah, and short gain there on the run by Watson. Manley eager to get back out there, so that is a good sign. He and Stefan are talking it over. Watson's coming back out. So Manley will be getting back in there, but that really, he really looked like he was writhing in pain there, so I would not assume that just because he's back out there that he is 100%, but I imagine he's going to want to power through this, and that is exactly what he's going to do. So now we can finally highlight who was in the backfield on that first play. Hubler was out there, Spear was out there, and Majette were all in the backfield on the same play, that first play where Manley got injured. So they're not showing their hand yet in terms of who they are going to go to. And here's a screen out to Jarrett to that right side. Gain of I'm not sure what that gain was. I thought he went out of bounds after getting 5, but he ended up knocking over the first down pylon, which could be a good sign. But you could see that, maybe you could see that referee on the far side has put up a 4. That means it will be 4th down, but this is only 4th and 3, 4th and manageable, and the Cardinals do plan on going for this. This could be really good if they get it, and really, really bad if they don't.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we've seen so many just like first plays and immediate touchdowns from the Cardinals, so this would be an unexpected turn of events if you see the Cardinals suddenly go out with actually just no touchdowns, being down 0-7 in this first quarter. But
the jet in motion. I mean, to think that Manley got injured on the opening play and Cardinals are going to take a timeout here. So we will do the same. We will be right back here as Coach Steff is going to figure out what he wants to do on this 4th and 3.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Anthony Brown in Eudora today at 785-615-0516.
We are back here as they are going out there. They are keeping the offense out, so they do plan on going for this. I mean, not to be a pessimist at all, but if this does not convert, that would be a horrible start to the game. To have Manley pick up an injury that he's playing through but still not be 100%. Already know Seaman give up a touchdown on the opening drive and then turn the ball over in your own territory. Dangerous stuff here. The pitch outside to Seals. He gets that edge. It's going to be really close. It is going to be really, really close. I think that is a signal for a first down there. And indeed it is. Woo! Collective sigh from Eudora fans as Seals was put in the backfield there a little unexpectedly and I mean just, picked up that first down.
yeah, I mean, that was a huge play right there. As you said, it was a make-or-break sort of situation. Adrian Seals being the one to make or break it. Honestly, more often than not, he's going to make it. We've seen him time and time again. A two-star player in his own right. And
the handoff here up the middle, that looks like Spear. And yes, it was Spear. Maybe got one back there. Ooh, man, absolutely heart-pounding start here to this game. I have been out of my seat ever since kickoff. I mean, that was a gutsy play called by Steff, and they talked it over for the timeout and still decided to go for it. And in the end, they did pick it up.
I'm happy for them that they had a timeout, just getting to recollect their thoughts.
Right, make sure they got a good play there. Make sure Seals is ready to be in the backfield as he is here yet again. And the pitch to him again. Out to the right, makes a man miss up the middle. This could be big. Oh, a very nice form tackle there from Liam Marler, the sophomore. Seals got about 4 back there.
Yeah, I mean, great tackle right there. Adrian Seals was taken down in the middle of that. I mean, it could have gotten a lot worse. I saw him going for a space in between everybody with a lot of open room to work with, but someone just caught him at the last moment, getting him from the side.
Yeah, we talked about pregame. I really did not expect to see much of Seals in the backfield, but it looks like Coach Steffen's going to use a bit of him in the backfield, which I do like that decision because he is such an electric playmaker. And so to cut out the part of having to pass him the ball, as there's going to be a flag here. Cutting out having to pass the ball to him is a nice thing to do just to get it quicker to him. Though, we both know how well he can burn defenses and Manley can get it downfield to him, so I would hope to see him still make an impact on the receiving side of the ball too. That was a false start on the Cardinals, so they're getting backed up a little bit here.
As you said, you brought up Manley and Adrian Seals, and their most notable part of their duo, right, is that Manley can just get that ball anywhere on the down the field, and Adrian can catch it. The unfortunate part is that they just have not been put in a position where that can simply happen.
And Van Dong in motion here. Manley drops back. And a throw here. And, oh, wow, Braylon Hubler was the target. It ended up getting to him and just fell through his hands. I mean, it was a tough spot to make that grab, but he was underneath it. And that will bring up a 4th down that Coach Steffen is not going to go for. So Caden Kerr is out there to punt this away. Not a very convincing start from these Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, the offense didn't really do that much.
No.
And that's not something you see too often. The Ottawa looked like they had it down a lot more. Maybe the lack of Errol Sneeman is kind of just putting it must be at least hurting team morale a little bit to know that you don't have one of your big playmakers out there. We'll see what the play is, though. Big kick right here.
Nice kick here from Kerr. It is caught by Sims. He makes a one-man miss and ended up getting brought down by 3 Cardinals there. I'll highlight Connor Watson and Nate Reason that was in there on the tackle. We will take a quick break here as they're going to switch sides, and we'll be back on Eudora Sports Live.
State coordinates of new land acquisition.
Oh, well, you know that big oak tree that got struck by lightning?
Negative.
The barn with the funny cow mural?
Negative.
One-eyed scarecrow?
Negative.
Giant water tower? You're not from here, are you?
I've never seen him.
Robots don't know you. We do.
Hey, how's your dad doing?
For over 80 years, we've built relationships first and plans second. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau Agent Anthony Brown in Eudora today at 785-615-0516.
And we are back here. You missed one short run there from Dante Silvey. He maybe got 3 yards, 3 or 4 there for the Cyclones. So that'll bring up a 2nd and medium. So, I mean, I just got to say it, Andy, this is not a good start.
If you're watching through Eudora, you might hate to see this start. But, I mean, then again, comebacks are always possible. They almost made it happen against Spring Hill. You can maybe see it happen here against 2. I mean, down 7 points is not anything insane. And a big interception from someone like Adrian Seals on the defense can definitely make a play happen. But we'll see.
Oh, no. I am not saying that this game is over by any means. I'm just saying in terms of starts, this is not the one you're looking for. Vink's pass there.
Yeah, it
was blocked. I think that is George Hagan. It is. And in the end, no Cardinal could get on the end to make a interception that would have been gigantic in the terms of momentum in this game. But just as we were saying, that initial drive, the Cyclones played their football, their brand of football, exactly what they want to do. Got downfield. Cardinals had no answer. And then on offense, really couldn't get much going. But there also was not as much utilization as Seals as you might have expected to see in the absence of Seaman. I know we keep harping on it, but it really is affecting this game, not having their star back, as Christian Jarrett now tries to pump up the crowd here to get back in on this 2nd down.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of potential to pump up for. But
third down, and Sims is brought down in the backfield. That will be 4th down. That is a huge stop for the Cardinals.
By the way, the crowd pumped up for sure. The entire audience on the Eudora side.
You can see Christian Jarrett trying to will the crowd up with his arms there, pump them up, and they got in on that 3rd down and made the stop. So that means the ball will be coming back. That is really, really big for the Cardinals here in this game. And it appears to be Seals back to return. And the punt is fumbled! And he is brought down by Matt Majette. That is going to give the Cardinals the ball in the red zone here to start their 2nd drive of the game. And their punter, Nate Sims, is hurt. He is also the running back for this team. He is limping off the field right now. That is a very, very big development that he is injured. I mean, he is not okay. He's trying to stay out there, but he has clearly got a hitch in his step.
Yeah, you can tell whenever a player just steps off immediately, they know that they're not trying to fight it. If someone doesn't have to drag them off the field, you know that someone admitting to themselves that they cannot play the game anymore, at least for the moment.
But then he turned back around, he whipped a Yui, and he is staying on the field out there. I'm not sure how an Ottawa coach has not told him to get off the field, but that is Nate Sims who's staying out there playing deep left safety. And the Cardinals here will start inside the red zone. Manley takes the snap, hands to Spear, makes a man miss, and that's a gain of maybe 5 yards down to the 15.
All right.
This is a huge momentum swing. We were just talking about how this was an ideal start, and now with that huge fumble from Nate Sims, the punter, and Matt Majette getting in there and tackling him before he could amend the situation, the Cardinals now have all the momentum here and are looking to tie up this game.
Yes, exactly what you want if you're a Cardinals fan. We'll see what happens here. All right. They look like they have a bit more pep in their step. I mean, they're like almost hopping out there.
Oh, yeah.
Once again, trying to rile up the crowd, I believe.
Seals out left. Hubler and Spear in the backfield. Majette on the left side. That looked like a false start, and indeed it is. That is not great for Cardinals here. That'll push them just on the edge of the red zone. Not sure if they're technically still inside it or not. They will be, but it puts them to about the 18 or 19. That was not great there. There have been a lot of those unforced errors in terms of penalties this season, and it's not great. I mean, it's unnecessary lost yards.
Yeah, you don't want to be losing yards in this situation right here, where you can make a couple short runs, right, would make a touchdown, but
yeah, we were just talking about all the momentum that they had, and I mean that doesn't take the momentum away from them, but it definitely
it's not over.
It turns it down a little bit. Took it from 90% momentum to 80% momentum.
They turned down the stove just a bit.
Manley here, Majette in motion, handoff to Spear. And he is still going.
What a push.
Dragging Cyclones.
Wow.
Down inside the 5. Spear is here to stay in that backfield. He is carrying the team on his back and carrying the other team on his back. Getting
it's like
down
a motivational music video. Pushing through everybody. You saw it, I thought he was going to go down, but you just see the entire blob of players just slowly inch.
So it is 1st and goal now from about 4.5 yards out. We've got Spear and Majette and Hubler back there. Spear's out way, way wide on the right side. We'll see what the play call is here. Manley hands to Spear. Can't say I blame him. Oh, no, he didn't. I thought they gave it to Spear, and had they done so, he would have gotten in the end zone, but Manley kept and tried to get to Majette. It ended up being fumbled, and now they're back outside the 10. Another bit of a momentum tamer there.
Yeah, you hate to see that.
Dimmer. I mean, there's the word.
A big play getting turned into 2 unfortunate ones. I mean, how will it go back? There's always hope on both sides right there.
All right, so now it's 2nd and goal from 11 yards out. I would have liked the give to Spear, which is what it looked like they did there. But no, they did something different and it resulted in a fumble. Good thing they fell back on top of it, though, because that could have stolen all the momentum away. And they do give to Spear, and a flag is down as Spear is into the end zone here. We'll have to see what this flag is. It looked like it may have come from the defensive side.
Touchdown.
But referee is talking here with Spear and Manley.
What's the case?
Let's see what we got here. Zoom in a little. Holding on the offense. So the Cardinals touchdown from Braden Spear does not count, and yet again, momentum dimmer. The momentum is going away. It's down to 60% here, Andy.
Going from 7-7 to 0-7 in seconds has got to feel pretty bad.
I mean, we've got a 2nd and goal from the 20-yard line. They have to score a touchdown here in order to convert, and appears I thought a timeout was being taken. It is not. 2nd and goal from the 20 is a tough spot. I would love to see a pass to Seals here if he could find himself some separation, but I don't know. I'm not actually liking the Cardinals' offensive scheme so far, except for the scheme of give it to Spear, and Spear will spear his way through the defense. That's not even a bad play on words. That really is a good word for it, as he splits them apart like an arrowhead. We've got 2nd and goal here from the 20.
I mean, that's the play that's been working. Let's see if they switch up anything. Maybe go for a big
jet
pass.
in motion, and they are looking for Seals. Is wide open, and he catches it in the corner. Touchdown, Cardinals. That is exactly what we were looking for, and it is exactly what happened. Manley to Seals, 20 yards out, touchdown. Huge for the Cardinals as they look to tie up this game. And yes, we want to say if you happen to have seizure problems, just be a little careful here. We've got a light show here for the touchdown. That is not anything wrong on your TV. A little fun here in the stadium. And on homecoming, this atmosphere is quite electric here at Eudora.
Yeah, if you're seizure prone, just please be careful. But yeah, now we're going to see if the kick happens.
Kerr is 9 for 11 on PATs this season. Watson made a nice hold there. It is true. 7-7. We are going to go. Oh, no, excuse me. There's a flag down on the field here. was about to send you guys to break, but we'll see if the Cardinals are going to be forced to re-kick this try. Referee coming over to talk to Coach Steffen. I would think that would be a good sign because they might give him the option to accept this penalty and take a 2-point conversion from the 1-yard line. Or Steffen could decline and let the PAT stand.
Let's see, what's the choice?
We have no clarity on the penalty here yet. Really not sure what's going on here, folks. Coach Steffen is pointing to the opposite end zone. I'm also realizing now that the clock says all zeros. Not sure what that is about. That is not on us. That's the stadium clock operator. All right, they're setting up for a kickoff, so we will do a quick break here, and we will be back after the break.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
And we are back here. It seems that penalty was on the Cyclones as the Cardinals prepare to kick this ball off inside Cyclones territory. That is the Cyclones 45-yard line here. This is an interesting thing here, but anyway, the score is 7-7 as we are now into the second quarter. Kerr kicks it away short. It is picked up here by Sims, who's looking quite spry for having been injured a little bit ago. And he is brought down in the end by Caden Kerr, I believe. The kicker and soccer player making a nice tackle out there on Nate Sims, who had a huge return there out to the 40-yard line.
It's nice that you bring up soccer player as well, because that power in those kicks. I mean, a soccer player who's been kicking strongly for his entire life, practicing for this moment. I mean, it's nice to have a guy like that on the team, I must say.
I bring it up because Caden Kerr is a lot like me. I was that soccer player and kicker for the football team, so I like it a lot, seeing what he's doing out there.
It's a nice guy to look at.
So the Cyclones here are going to start their third drive of the game around the 40-yard line. Vink's pass, wow, right off the hands of McCullough, who scored the touchdown earlier. He could not bring that ball down, and there was no Cardinal in the area that could have maybe caught that deflection.
Yeah, it's crazy to see that, they don't even try to warm up for it. They just immediately go for the pass, maybe try to catch the Cardinals off guard for anything. But, Ottawa now has to reset. Maybe go for another one, maybe go for a pass. We'll see, or go for a run. Let's see what happens.
Yep, 2nd and 10 here. That'll bring up. And I'll highlight it again. Nate Sims, who was the punter before that was very clearly limping, was on that return and is still out wide here. So I'm thinking that he is all the way back and he is ready to rock. That is for sure. They've got 4 wide, 1 in the backfield. They will hand to the back. That is Dante Sylvie, and he will be brought down by George Hagan 2 or 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So that is going to bring up a 3rd and way long here for the Cyclones. Let's hope to see the Cardinals make a nice stop here and get the ball back in their hands and potentially take the first lead of the game.
Yeah. Sorry, they're slowing the camera.
No gain on the play, 3rd and 10 for the Cyclones.
3rd and 10 here. I really thought that went for a loss, but they're actually going to give it, say that Dante Sylvie did get back to the line to gain, and so he did not lose anything. 3rd and 10, still not ideal for the Cyclones, but not as bad as it once seemed. Vink looking deep, has a man, hit as he throws, nowhere near as he was brought down while he was getting that ball out. So that will bring up a 4th and 10, and the Cyclones will be forced to punt yet again. Hopefully they'll be able to have a better chance procedurally here to get the ball away. Hopefully for their sake, that is.
I mean, that was closer to 2 Cardinals than it was 1 Ottawa Cyclone. So honestly, they should just be lucky that there was no interceptions happening right there.
Yeah, I didn't see who it was, but he was hit right as he was getting rid of that, and I have to imagine that's what caused the inaccuracy on that one.
Yeah, just looking for a play that simply wasn't there anymore, and you could see he almost got tackled down for a huge loss, so you might as well just take that
better snap. Sibbs is able to get the kickoff. Not a great punt, but not too bad. That'll put the Cardinals around the 35. We will take a really quick break here and be right back on Eudora Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
We are back here. Cardinals are set to take their 4th drive of the game here. The line gets set. Manley has one man back. He will give it his Spear. Spear sits a man down. My goodness, Spear is here to play.
What power.
I mean, he is filling in for Seaman in an amazing way. He really hasn't been that featured. Coming into this game, he had 161 yards for 1 touchdown, and he did lead the team in carries with about 5 yards per carry. But man, oh man, he is coming out to make a statement tonight.
Listen, Spears' homecoming day must be in the audience because he's really putting on a performance right here. He definitely wants to be seen as a big player in this.
Yep. Spear, Majet now in motion, and Manley, that was a potential pitch there to Spear. Manley decided to keep it as the defender was scared of Spear, rightfully so, potentially. And just a short gain there on the play. All right, and we seem to have corrected whatever technical difficulties were going on there. So we'll give you a quick recap what you missed from the last spot in the game. I know the stream was stuck at around 7 minutes remaining at the score 7-7. As you can see on your screens now, it is 7-10. Ottawa drove down the field, converting multiple 3rd and longs, a 3rd and 15 as well as a 3rd and 13, and then kicked a field goal to take the lead. The Cardinals had a chance to respond with 1:45 remaining and could not do so. Ended up having to punt, but then they too stopped the Cyclones from being able to get down the field. So the quarter ended at a bit of a stalemate. The half ended at a bit of a stalemate, but Ottawa have held that lead 10-7, and this is the second time in a row that the Cardinals have gone to the half trailing, whereas before last week they had not trailed all season. So I got to say, not a good sign. However, the Cardinals are doing very well in this game to compete on offense. I just would like to see more throws downfield, some adjustments. But anyway, we are glad to be back with you. Apologies for the difficulties, but we are here back with you, and we are going to go to break here on Eudora Sports Live.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Gene's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Gene's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Gene's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Gene's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
go. Really? It's important. I feel fine. Look, you cannot mess around with this kind of stuff. Some cancers, man, we just don't want to lose you from something we could have caught. What do I need to do? You just give your doctor a call. They'll tell you what screening test you need. Fine. Can I have my pie now? Oh, man.
Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
We are back here. We are back here on Eudora Sports Live. Happy that we figured out those technical difficulties. I'm going to continue to recap here for a little bit for you. We mentioned there were a couple really big third downs that the Cyclones converted. There was a 3rd and 15 where they got a huge throw to Sims, and then a 3rd and 13 where they got a huge throw to Sims that converted just the perfect amount of distance, like a 17 and a 15-yard completions there, and that drive culminated in the field goal that took the lead. And then the Cardinals had a 3rd and 10 that they could not convert. A throw deep downfield for Seals was knocked incomplete by Aiden Finch. There were some calls for pass interference from the crowd, but it was correctly called no PI, and then the Cardinals had to punt. And from there, nothing really happened as the half wound down and ended with that same 10-7 score. You got anything more for us, Andy?
Honestly, no. I think you kind of put it all. I think you all put it all away, and yeah, it's gonna be a very competitive second half. So I think we're gonna see what happens. Being only down 3 points, what can
Ottawa?
Yeah, what can Ottawa do to bring it back? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got to say, pretty unexpected scoreline. Really, I really did not see this coming, and that's how it was with the Spring Hill game as well, where it seemed like it was pretty much a sure thing Cardinals were going to do well, and then in the end they did not. So as we go to this next break here, we're going to come back and I'll talk to you more about what the Cardinals will have to do and just a bit of the unexpected nature of how this game is going. But we will take a break here on Eudora Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Save the Children believes childhood without food is unimaginable. Yet around the world, children are suffering from the worst famine in our lifetime, coupled with conflict, poverty, climate change, and more. Join Save the Children and get fed up. Fed up with the lack of progress. Fed up with the injustice. Learn how you can get involved in the fight against childhood hunger at savethechildren.org/getfedup.
I'm fed up.
We're fed up.
We're fed up.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
The Supplemental Security Income Program provides monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to start to apply. Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Welcome back here. Reed McAvoy and Andy Duarte are here with you. I think that I have recapped everything that you guys missed. Again, sorry for those technical difficulties, but we are back here. 10-7 is going to be the score when the second half resumes. And so, yeah, just really an unexpected score in this game. I mean, just looking at the record, Ottawa have very few wins over the last 5 years, let alone this season. Yes, they did get that 30-0 win over Baldwin, but that's a team that Eudora beat by putting 48 points up on them. So it didn't really feel like Ottawa was going to be much of a challenge. And yet, look at this score. Eudora is losing. And I think that they're kind of freaking out a bit. I think that the panic button may well have been pressed on this near sideline, as maybe it's the absence of Seaman, but I'm really not sure if it's that. I think it's a bit of play calling has been a little off. Manley has been a little off. Seals has been a little off. The defense has not been as good as they could be either for the Cardinals, as they are losing a game here that I'm really not sure they should be losing. Especially if you look at this full season of results. It was a nice touchdown to McCullough for sure that the Cyclones scored, but I don't know. I think that Seals could be a much bigger impact in this game if he were to be targeted more and run more routes. He really hasn't been called upon much by Coach Steffen yet. That would be a second half adjustment that I would really like to see, is just get it to those star players. And we did, something I'm just remembering right now. We mentioned Cole Manley literally on the first play of the game got a pretty nasty looking injury, and I don't think that it went away. I think he just decided he's going to play on, and that could certainly be having an impact in this game. But whatever the case may be, the Cardinals are losing this game and need to make sure that they get back. I mean, we called this a get-right game, and here they are still down at the half. It's just it's a little confusing. It's a bit baffling here on homecoming night. The Cardinals have maximum capacity here for the crowd, and just nothing from them. If you're wondering, Andy will be back in the booth in just a minute. I'm not stopping him from talking here just by going on here. But he will be back in a minute, and we will be back in a minute, as we will take the last break of this halftime here and then be back with the second half presented by Kansas Insurance. You're here on Eudora Sports Live. Don't go anywhere.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be. There is no typical firefighter.
High quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Anthony Brown in Eudora today at 785-615-0516.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
And we are back here as the teams are back out on the field. But there's still a couple minutes left before the second half will resume here. Some stretching going on out here. So you know what? We're actually going to take one more break here. Won't be too long. And then we will be back. And then there will be kickoff for the second half here on Eudora Sports Live. Don't go anywhere.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
And you are back with me for good here. That clock says 20 seconds, but the teams here are still stretching. I'll get you a shot. Teams out here still stretching. So I'm not sure that is exactly right, but everyone is back out here. I imagine game time is soon. Andy still has yet to get back in the booth, but he is out on a mission for me, so he will get back in here just in a little bit. It was Spear and McCullough with the touchdowns in this game on either side, and then Josue Navarro put the field goal up through. I'll just highlight that name, Josue. I can't help but it's an awesome name. It is a Spanish version of the name Joshua. It's spelled Josue, and it is Josue. Pretty awesome name there for the kicker. And so on both sides of the ball here, we're looking at Spear was making a name for himself out there, spearing through the defense, as I said, getting people out of his way one way or another. I would like to see more of him, no doubt, but really there's got to be more Adrian Seals in this game. I mean, he's just such an X factor, such a playmaker, such a game changer. To not use him, especially when your other X factor, playmaker, game changer, Errol Seaman, is gone, I thought that would double, triple, quadruple the workload given to Seals, and it seems to have somehow actually dissipated because they're doing a bit of a running by committee thing, and maybe Coach Stephan is committing to that run by committee a little too much, because Adrian Seals is just such a good player. To not use him seems like it seems like an injustice for such a talented player. So I would love to see a bit more connection there between Cole Manley and Adrian Seals. And I'm going to have to eat my words here, as I said you were back for good, but they added a couple more minutes to the clock. This here, hopefully, fingers crossed, will be the last break, and then we will be back here for the second half on Eudora Sports Live.
Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
And hallelujah, the teams are out on the field here. There will be second half football here in Eudora, at Eudora District Field. And the ball is away here by the Cyclones. And a huge hit there on Spear as he is brought down. And the Cardinals will be starting out right around the 30-yard line here to begin the second half and the third quarter here in Eudora, Kansas. 33-yard line is where they are starting at. Seals back out wide here. And here is the first offensive play for the Cardinals. The pitch out to Majette slips on the ground there. That is unfortunate, as he looked poised to make a nice gain there. And the first play here will go for maybe no gain or a yard there.
Ready for the tackle for the Cyclones, and the Cardinals will have a second and 11.
And Andy here is finally back with me. It was a bit of an absent halftime there, as I was having to fill time a bit, as I've now got my color guy back. How you feeling, Andy?
Feeling pretty good about this, you know. I went a bit of a firehouse sub run for you real quick, and now we're seeing a big pass here.
And Seals down the sideline. That is exactly what we need more of in this half. The Eudora sideline showing a bit of disdain to the fact that Seals could not get further down the field, but that was a very nice gain, and that is exactly what Coach Stephan needs to keep calling here in order to get back into this game, take the lead back here away from the Cyclones, and actually get their first lead of the game, which they have yet to get here, even though we are in the third quarter.
Yeah, that almost looked like it could have been a touchdown. I mean, if he got just a little bit further right, a little bit more out of there, anything can happen. And hey, let's not say that won't be the first and last time that Adrian Seals won't be put in that position.
Right, and we have seen Seals negotiate that sideline, walk that line, stay in bounds as far as 70 to 99 yards before, and that time he couldn't do it. And on this play here, there was a short run. A flag is down yet again. Here we are just into the second half, and those flags have not missed a beat. They are right back on the ground where they have been all day, it would seem. Cardinals have tended to be the one penalized here, and they will be here yet again. That was a personal foul. Yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct was the call there. Really not sure what happened. I
didn't see anything.
Yeah, maybe someone said a magic word, perhaps. But whatever it is, they have been backed up 15, and so that will make it second and very long.
Trying to go into the sports world, just remember the ref is always right. He's going to be right beside you at the worst time, so just don't.
Yeah, I'm not sure if maybe something was directed at the Cyclones or what. I mean, there wasn't any call from the ref, so it's not like he would have been talking to the ref. Maybe it wasn't a magic word. Maybe somebody did something, put a hand where it doesn't belong, or tried to hurt somebody in an unsportsmanlike way. Whatever the case may be, it is now 2nd and 23 for the Cardinals. Let's see how they deal with it. I'd love to see some seals. It will be a pitch that the runner had to adjust and stop all of his momentum in order to catch, which completely ruins the point behind a pitch, is getting it to your runner in motion. He had to go back against his body to catch it. It was Braylon Hubler, and that was no gain there on that one.
Yeah, no, I mean, no gain is unfortunate. I mean, you want to get a couple more pokes in there, get some downs. I mean, get some yards in these downs. 23, third down and 23 is definitely a bit of a distance have to go.
Yeah,
but
that's the longest third down we've seen today. We saw a 3rd and 15 earlier
20,
get converted,
think, right?
But a 3rd and 23, that is a long shot here. Again, going to call on Adrian Seals, and it looks like Manly is looking for Christian Jarrett. And, oh, wow, that ball was right where it needed to be. I'm not sure if Jarrett dropped it or if that was an amazing defensive play by Nate Sims. Either way, it fell incomplete, and it will be 4th and 23. Cardinals obviously going to have to kick it away here, unfortunately.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it being a little bit of a Sims play. I mean, he's done it a couple times. We're checking the camera.
And it was a play by the defender. It was actually Aiden Finch. We've got the stream going on here so I can watch that play back. And it was Aiden Finch who made that stop. It was a perfect throw by Manly, right on the money for Jarrett. Could not bring it down, and 4th and 23, obvious punting situation here. That looked like a false start from the defensive line of the Cyclones, but it is not called, and so this play will stand. Sims here out to his right, and as I say this play will stand, a flag flies yet again. It was on this near side of the field. The referee adjusts the placement of it to make sure it's where it should be, as I imagine that means it's going to be on the Cyclones and will thus be a spot of the foul penalty. But that's just me seeing what the referee is doing and assuming what will happen. We'll have to see what the actual call is here from the Zebras.
Yeah, I mean, the ref's word is law. We're going to see what's happening.
Penalty was indeed on the opponents here, and so it will be from the spot of the foul. A nice return there from Sims, halfway canceled out, you could say, as the penalty around the 36 will go 15 back from there, and so that will put them right around the 20-yard line here to begin this drive. 10-7 still the score, so the Cardinals would like to make a stop here, even if that means just letting up another field goal. That would be all right in this spot. But they definitely need to make a stand, get the ball back, and get a lead in this game. Still have yet to take a lead. That's just unfathomable. I mean, coming in, we said get right, and that has been anything but for this game so far.
For a game that we were going to assume would be pretty offensive, it's looking 17 points in the third quarter is not exactly what we'd like to see.
You are exactly right. I hadn't even thought about that. We talked about We did highlight the defense of the Cyclones, but we talked about that the defense for the Cardinals has been a little bit Swiss cheese, though that hasn't mattered. They almost play like the Chiefs, not how they did against the Jaguars, but a typical Chiefs win is somewhere like 50-40. That's Cardinal ball, and it just hasn't been like that tonight. It's been defenses making stands, really more poor offense, but either way, a low-scoring game here. You're exactly right to highlight that. I would have not expected that coming in.
Yeah, this is by far, I think, our slowest, if you're looking at just terms of points made, game that we've seen so far, at least for the Eudora Cardinals.
Right, Vink to his left. Hagan puts a hand on it, slaps it to the ground there, So that will bring up 3rd and 6. Not a terrible spot for the Cyclones, but not great either. 3rd down here. Hagen did really well there. Looked like it was mostly reflex to get up and slap that throw by Vink, down. And so a 3rd and 6 here, but the Cyclones, as I talked about, that you guys unfortunately missed with the technical difficulties, the Cyclones have been very, very effective on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've made some big plays happen in these 3rd downs.
And this will not be one of them. Looking for McCullough, not really near anyone, and you got to imagine Cyclones going to punt here.
Yeah, no, you imagine. I mean, honestly, just get the distance on it, but I don't think we're going to see. Actually, I mean, it's possible for them to go for it, but as you said earlier, just like you said earlier, it is a very high-risk, high-reward situation.
Right.
You either get it all right here or you get set up for a very bad spot. And honestly, whenever you're in the lead like this in the 3rd quarter, I'm not sure you want to be in a bad spot.
Exactly. I was going to say, with the lead in this game, no need to play anything risky. Sure, you might like to keep control of the ball, but it's nice to control the fact that your opponent will be having more yards to make here, as this ball is going to take a Cyclones bounce before Seals picks it up. He wasn't really interested in getting hit there, just made some men miss. That seemed unnecessary by the Cyclones player, but referees are going to let it go. Didn't want to throw a flag yet again on this one. That was a very, very nice punt there. Definitely making the coach feel good about his decision with the punt, as the Cardinals will be backed up to about the 35. But that's where most of their drives have started, and only one has resulted in a touchdown so far today. I want to see more Spear, and I want to see more Seals. More and more Seals is what this team needs.
Yeah, I mean, you can also see what happens whenever they, whenever they just got the receiving end of that kick. I mean, Seals just slowly steps out, but you have 15 different Ottawa players just trying to tackle him. I mean, it got a little aggressive on that end. So you can see that the Cyclones definitely want them out of this, but ahead of only 3 points. I mean, a touchdown will get the Cardinals back in the game and actually in the lead, so we'll see what happens. I mean, 17 points in total at quarter 3 is a bit of a enigma.
And a throw here to Spear. You don't see him on the receiving end a lot. He got a 1st down and then some into Cyclones territory. Huge 1st down for your Cardinals right around the 43-yard line. Nice to see Spear get on the end of a throw here. Seaman does like to do that when he's here. He's definitely a bit of a screen pass guy. But in this case, it was Spear, and he has been filling in magnificently.
Honestly, from what I've been seeing so far, Spear could actually be looking like the MVP for this game, at least if you're looking at it in terms of just offense for the Cardinals. That he's been just poking through no matter what.
Yes, that's right. Your Spear could be a potential barbed wire barbecue who's smoking player of the game. That's a new advertiser that we are very proud to have with us. Just had to shoehorn it in there when you brought it up. Sorry, you could go back on what you were saying.
Yeah, everyone, make sure to go visit the barbed wire, that barbed wire BBQ. Who's smoking player of the game?
And a short run there by the Cardinals on 1st down. Couldn't pick anything up there. 2nd and 10 here, but you're right. Spear has been huge. I mean, there's really no other option. If right now, obviously, Cardinals aren't winning, but if the game were to end as it is with a positive Cardinal result, Spear has been far and away the best player. There's no other option, really.
Seals just has not been making those. You see at this point 3 or 4 touchdowns maybe, and half of them could even be by Seals. But right now it's just not looking like. I mean, it's been one so far, right? But at the end of the day, it's Spears that's really breaking through a lot of these defenses and making the big movement happen.
Yeah, Seals did have the touchdown, but Spear has been a huge factor here. Manley drops back. He was looking to throw, but he's going to tuck it down. Oh, he's still on his feet, and he got the first. Oh, my word. Cole Manley, let's go. 1st down for the Cardinals. He had a lot of options downfield, but decided to keep it. Definitely was the right decision, but he ended up running right into traffic and then made amends for that maybe a bit of a mistake, as he made the man not miss, but he said, get off me, got that 1st down.
Absolutely.
Huge stuff there. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. We were talking about that player of the game. Seals with the touchdown is huge, but it's funny to say it feels like that's it, because the touchdown is huge, but it really has, until this 2nd half, has felt like there's been no other contribution by Seals. So it would be nice to see some more from him, as it's going to be a run here for the Cardinals, maybe a gain of 3. That'll bring up 2nd and 8 or 7.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of movement right there, but we need to see at least a bit more coming up into these later ends of the third down. Wait, is it second or third?
Second down.
Second down. Okay, second down. Yeah, I mean, we have definitely time to still make these developments and plays at the start of these earlier downs, but, the defense has been looking pretty solid on both ends right here, and it definitely won't be anything easy getting past the Cyclones.
Yep. No, the Ottawa defense.
Sweep you up.
The Ottawa defense has been very strong, standing in the way, but the Cardinals here closing in on the red zone. Manley drops back, looking to throw, has Spear, and he is brought down. He is sacked by Zach Winter, the 5'9 senior, much to the delight of the fan section there for the Ottawa Cyclones. You could hear him even up here in the booth on the opposite end of the field. That was a huge play, and their fans know it, as it will bring up a 3rd and 16, which is much longer than anything that the Cardinals have been able to convert today.
Yeah, 3rd and 16 is a rough spot to be in, because now it's like, all right, do we go for these really big runs? And you need to go for something big, because if you start getting these two or three gains, you're just not going to make it happen. You need to get 8 per run. At this point, you might have to go for a big pass.
You're right. They might end up taking a risk that they shouldn't here, as Manley drops back. Spears is making a nice route. The throw finds Hubler, and Hubler cannot bring it in. And this is a weird spot for the Cardinals here, as we have not seen a field goal opportunity given to Caden Kerr all season. And here, from what would be a, 52-yard kick?
Yeah.
Not a chance. Coach Steffen sends him out there. So what do? Do you punt in your opponent's territory? Do you go for a 4th and 16? It looks like Caden Kerr is out there, so a punt is the option. And I've got to imagine Coach Drew Steffen here is hoping that this ball is going to be sent out of bounds around the 10 or 20 and pin the Cyclones deep rather than give them a chance at a return here. But now Cardinals come back over to the sideline. I'm not sure if a timeout was taken here, but maybe just some reconsidering here. It does seem like a timeout was taken. No indication of who. So we'll keep you here. Oh, we hear from the PA it's an official's timeout. So we won't go to a break here. We'll keep you here just in case any action comes on here. Just wanted to discuss, I suppose, the zebras.
Yeah. Yeah, they're the zebra herd's kind of flocking. Now they're dissipating a bit, Let's see. What's their decision here?
Yeah, just talking something over, I guess. And in that while, oh no, sorry, excuse me. I thought the Cardinals had decided to go for it. I was Caden Kerr blending into the logo a little bit here at midfield. And the snap goes to him, and he tried to go with a directional punt. In the end, it'll find the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and we will take a quick break here as the Cyclones will have the ball when we are back here on Eudora Sports Live.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with our delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
Back here as the ball is given to Dante, and he fumbles, and I think the Cardinals are on top of it. This could be huge. That was Dante Sylvie, and the ball just fell out, and the Cardinals do fall on top of it. Huge turn of events here. The first play for the Cyclones turned it over.
A play of the game moment turns into another play of the game moment. Back to back. That's so unfortunate if you're a Cyclones fan. What could have been an almost easy touchdown gets suddenly converted. Oh wow, that's
How big is that decision to punt now? Instead of put themselves in a dangerous spot, they made the Cyclones feel the need to go for a big play. It worked. That is huge. The Cyclones were going to make a game-changing play, and then they did, but for the other side as the ball just slipped out of Sylvie's hands, and now your Cardinals offense is back on the field.
That was the literal only thing they needed to prevent.
Now Manley with the keep. He could go! The 20, the 10, the 5, and this game swung in a way I have maybe never seen before. Touchdown, Eudora Cardinals. Cole Manley gets into the end zone. Oh my word, Cardinals take the lead for the first time today. There's your light show.
That light show, very well deserved. Finally, after what's been almost an entire quarter, I guess, of the last score, it's gonna be going for this kick now.
It has been a long time since the Cardinals found the end zone today, and they do so and have the lead here. And now Caden Kerr, who was just punting a minute ago, is back out to take a 4-point lead here in the game. Ball is down, and the kick is up and good. Wow, what a change of events here. Unbelievable. Unbelievable is the only word for it. We will take a quick break here and be right back. Don't go anywhere. I can't imagine why you would. The action here is crazy.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
We are back here as the teams are getting back out on the field. They announced over the PA that on the PAT there was a flag against the Cyclones that is going to be enforced here on the kickoff. So again, Caden Kerr will have a chance to kick the ball off inside Cyclones territory. Just something you really don't see, because when those 15-yard penalties happen in college and the NFL, the ball gets moved to midfield. But here where they kick 5 yards further downfield, that penalty is now putting them 5 yards into their opponent's territory to kick the ball off. I mean, if this happened and I were the coach, we're doing onside kick every time. There's nothing to lose if you turn it over to the other team. But I understand just wanting to play it safe, kick it deep, as it seems that Caden Kerr will do here. And he does, and he kicks it way deep as if he were trying to get it into the uprights.
Yeah.
And that will be a touchback here to begin this next drive for the Cyclones.
That almost looked like a field goal.
Andy, talk about how the Cyclones have to stay clear of what happened on their last drive.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. They just need to make sure that they have steady, solid catches, solid passes, not slipping up. I think nerves might be getting to them, especially since they're not in their home territory, right? They're in the Cardinals territory. This is the Cardinals zone. In the other stadium, they might be feeling a little bit of the pressure, especially to keep that lead. And suddenly, now that they're on the back end, if you're a Cyclones fan, you might feel that this might get even worse.
Right, and I mean, you know how receivers often make drops when they're thinking about the next move they're going to make. I think Dante Sylvie dropping the ball, there was just a matter of him being ready, eyes wide to go to the end zone. Here, a nice completion to Cole McGrath. He is still going, and he gets 20 or more on that play. But just as I was saying there, I think that Dante Sylvie was maybe getting eyes wide as saucers, ready to score a touchdown. Forgot he was thinking what celebration he's going to do, and a ball slipped out of his hands. But we'll focus on this drive now. A huge play there to Cole McGrath to get away from the 20-yard line down towards midfield here for the Cyclones. 3 wide on the right, 1 on the left. Sylvie is the lone back as Zayton Vink takes the snap. Hands to Sylvie, who is wrapped up by Hubler and Hagen and knocked down after a gain of 4 or 5.
Let's see if the chant comes out. Let's see if the chant comes out.
See, it was only a half tackle. I guess no chant for that one.
Ooh. We'll have to see some player appreciation. But yeah, all right. We're getting into it now. Almost halfway down the court.
I mean, can we just talk about that swing? I mean,
the momentum has shifted.
It seemed like he was gone for the Cyclones. That is Dante Sylvie, who then fumbled, and then the Cardinals on the first play score a touchdown. As here, Sims takes the handoff, and he is brought down after a gain of 3. But that turn of events was simply unbelievable. It seemed like he was gone. Fumble, first play, touchdown. Cardinals' first lead of the game here towards the end of the third quarter.
Honestly, this could be the lead for the rest of the game. I mean, look at how the game's been playing out so far.
Right.
This is not your average, fast-paced game of football. This is more of a strategic one where you could say that, they're trying to play a little more defensive.
Certainly. It's 3rd and 5 here. Big, oh no.
False start.
Oh no, Cardinals. Come on. You can hear the crowd on the other side that favors the opponents.
That's exactly what you want if you're a Cyclone fan.
5-yard penalty on 3rd and 5.
Cyclone fans popping off right now.
I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe that was Sylvester Janovic. Might have been Thomas Cromer. Couldn't see. I know their number began with the 5. Whoever it was, the penalty is going to cost them 5.
They're running sprints.
That is a very, very costly penalty. Had they made a stop there and gotten the ball back, they could have put this game out of reach. But instead, 1st down Cyclones, and they are into Cardinal territory.
Yeah, they're getting in there now. Oh, wait.
Hand off Sylvie.
It's the play. Wow.
And they are now back inside their own territory as a loss of 2 will back them out to their own 49 as opposed to the Cardinals' 49.
So you saw him. He tried to go maneuver around, go a little bit around the area, or go around the kind of circle of just like a clump of players in the middle. But then he realized that there was someone right there to stop him, so he decided just to dive in straight through the middle, hope that no one's there to cover him. But unfortunately for him, just gets immediately plowed through.
2nd and 11 here. They've been relying a lot on Sylvie. We haven't seen much of Aiden McCullough ever since he scored that touchdown, or Cole McGrath, who had that big 20-yard play just a couple minutes ago. Vink looking to throw. Whoa! Hit as he throws, and that will fall incomplete. That was definitely Thomas Cromer, who jumped in there like Superman trying to get into that backfield and make a play.
Yeah, I would say it was close, but there was distance needed. I know that they definitely had to play probably prepped and ready, but unfortunately whenever you have a defense on you at all times, getting that distance a little harder than it is in practice.
Super impressive there from Thomas Cromer to get in that backfield, cause some discomfort, and that will bring up a 3rd and 11 that, like we talked about, Cyclones been very, very effective on 3rd down.
That false start would not matter.
Penalties included. So here on 3rd and 11, Cardinals need to not commit a penalty and make sure that they're prepared to stop a good pass or run. And Vink will fake it and run to his right, looking downfield, looking for Sims. Oh my goodness, let's go Christian Jarrett. What a play. Sims had beat him. He was my face drooped as I saw him picked out. I thought that's a touchdown. And Christian Jarrett, just like Thomas Cromer just did, flies like Superman to make that play.
That was a huge play, just a hand on it, and that's all you need.
Looks like Jarrett might have been might be a little hobbled after that play, but hopefully he's got some adrenaline running and feeling all right, because that was a spectacular play that he just made to get the ball back for the Cardinals as this 3rd quarter continues to wind down. Throw a snap back to Sims. He puts it here, and it will find Seals, who muffs it, but he recovers here, trying to find the right option before he goes full speed. Now running backwards, wrapped up, and I think in the end, after maybe potentially having picked up 7 to 10 yards, that's going to go for a loss of 1 or 2.
Yeah, he ran forward, realized that he was about to get slammed through, realized, okay, what can I do? Can I back up? He makes the first offense trip, but then suddenly it gets tackled back.
Yeah. I was considering going to a break there, but we'll actually stay here as the teams look like they're moving pretty quickly. It was interesting seeing Seals there. Maybe he was having a bit of a calming back down moment after he muffed it, but I think he was actually being very decisive there by running slowly rather than full speed in order to see which lane he wanted to pick. In the end, he picked the lane of running backwards and could not then find a secondary lane.
He shifted to the wrong gear.
Yes, and he was brought down. Exactly right. And was brought down, inside the 10. And I'll use my term that I'm trying to catch on here for Eudora Cardinals football, as the Cardinals will begin this drive inside the dread zone.
And, anything's possible right here, especially with the Cardinals offense.
As you saw. We have seen some touchdowns by Adrian Seals in this territory, but not on this one, as it's going to be a handoff and not anything spectacular there from Braden Spear. Maybe a gain of 2.
Yeah, still in the dread zone. Not much not much happening right here.
Knock on wood, cross your fingers, whatever. Haven't seen a penalty since that big one against the Cardinals. I mean, it's been like really quick with penalty. There's been 2 minutes maybe of clean football.
That's That's huge. That's big. You got to look at high school football, right? There's a lot of, rookies, right, where they're trying to make their name for themselves. They're nervous out there. They're on the field. They're trying to make it, they're in front of all their peers. So not making penalties is just a huge thing to do.
Yeah, another handoff to Spear. Got very close to that first down. So this will bring up one of those good third downs we were talking about. It'll be maybe 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2. Very doable here.
I'm not going to lie. These third downs have been the game changers of the entire game, to be honest. We've seen horrific tragedies on these third downs, or we've seen plays being made to finally get some yards and finally kind of sweep the tide.
That is a huge point to make there, and you are exactly right. These third downs is where Ottawa was winning this game and where the Cardinals were losing it. And not that that has changed, but the score has changed. And maybe let's see if the tide could change here for the Cardinals. And the defense has the ball. I don't know what happened. The ball ended up in the hands of 64 Tommy Evans. I'm going to watch this one back on the playback here. I am not sure what happened there. Manley tried to, I think the handoff just didn't happen. And the ball ended up on the ground. Oh, man, that is a killer. Just as big as that fumble by Dante Silvey is this fumble here by Cole Manley and whoever he was trying to hand it off to, as the Cardinals, or the Cyclones now start inside the 10. That's why I call it the dread zone. You can make terrible things happen if you're not on the right page. And Silvey here can get maybe 4 yards on that play. I don't even know what happened there, but this game has changed big time.
Back corners are kind of hard to spot. And, that's no exception to this moment. There's worried scratches of heads from the parents from the Eudora side.
Yeah,
I can't lie. That's
it really just seemed like, it was like, oh, hey, let's see what play this is. And then all of a sudden the defense was running towards the end zone. There was no real explanation of what happened there, but it's very costly here to give up the ball in this situation. It almost seems inevitable that the Cyclones will now take the lead. Here as the third quarter ends, we will go to break and come back here as the Cardinals try to lick their wounds and figure this out, but they do currently hold the lead. So we will go to a break and be right back here on Eudora Sports Live.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
To begin, the Cardinals having just fumbled the ball, giving it to the Cyclones in a terrible spot. 12 minutes remain here, 2nd and goal. And keeper by Vink. We haven't seen that today. And into the end zone he goes. Cyclones into the lead again. They go. I just realized I didn't have my mic in my mouth. Sorry about that. But that was a huge play there by the Cyclones. Vink has not kept the ball much today. He did so there, got into the end zone. Cardinals probably didn't see it coming. I gotta say, this Ottawa offense, the way that they do different things out of the same looks, very effective and impressive the way they're doing that today. And here they are set up to take a field goal lead with all of the second half remaining.
Yeah, Yeah, this fourth
Not
quarter
sure why
right
the
now.
play just got stopped here. Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, this fourth quarter can be very dynamic because now it's within 3 points. So you have to realize that things like, field goals, these 2-point conversions, these whatever, anything that gets the slightest amount of points suddenly starts mattering a lot more. Because if let's say you're down by 15, right? You have to go for those touchdowns. There's not really a change of plans, but this is suddenly where you have to get strategic. As a coach, you have to be like, all right, what is the way that our team is just going to nudge out this win? Because you definitely do not want to go into this against Eudora as 2-2 into the season, especially against a team that you have not lost against in, 3 years?
It had been a while.
They already had that with Spring Hill, so.
Ball is down, up, and good. 17-14 is the lead the Cyclones will take when we are back here on Eudora Sports Live. Reed McAvoy and Andy Duarte here. We're going to break. We'll be back in 30.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
We are back here in Eudora District Stadium, which has been the stage of an amazing game here today. Although the Cardinals have rarely been the one on top, it has been an undoubtedly exciting game of football. So the Cardinals are going to get this ball back here and get another offensive drive. What do you think that they'll have to do to succeed here, Andy?
Right now, I think you just need to stay aggressive, but also not choke. There have been fumbles that have, quite frankly, not been this game would be so much different without those 2 fumbles. It would be an even less scoring game than this already rather, I don't want to say uneventful, but less scoring game. There's some games that can go like 30, 40, like 50 games, and this has been a very close game the entire time in terms of like any one touchdown can change the entire tide. And as we've seen it already now, I think 3 times? We had the dominance of Ottawa at the start, and then we had Eudora finally taking it back just a bit, getting a little bit ahead. But then Ottawa crawling back in and getting back in there after the fumble, they immediately capture on another fumble. So it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and now only 12 minutes to do so. Cardinals needs to get into the game.
No, you are exactly right. Both fumbles gave the ball to the other team inside their opponent's territory, who then went on to score a lead-changing touchdown. So those 2 fumbles have completely changed the complexion of this game, and also not at all changed the complexion of this game, because it's the same thing as if it were 10-7 right now. But there have been 2 touchdowns from costly, terrible turnovers, and this was a short run here for the Cardinals to open up this drive. It'll be 2nd and 8 about. It was Spear who's on the carry. Just has not been enough of Adrian Seals. Has not been enough.
I haven't seen him in a play being like the most significant guy in a while, and usually if you're watching Cardinals, that's the guy to look out for.
Yeah, even when Errol Seaman is here, Seals generally tends to outshine him just by the tiniest little bit, but not today. I mean, we've talked about Errol Seaman just as much as we have Adrian Seals, because it feels like he's being missed dearly. And Spear here, who's trying to make us forget about Errol Seaman, I think picks up that first down for the Cardinals here.
Spear, once again, being the guy that needs to do the business. He's the one that's really cracking down, especially on this offense, making sure that the Cardinals is completely keeping up the entire game.
Yeah, he is determined to keep this game close and interesting. It's been a very interesting thing seeing him rise to the occasion. I really thought it was going to be Matt Majette that would be that next man up, but it has absolutely been Braden Spear. He said, don't forget about me, because I'm not going to let you even if you try. Because he has made some very impressive plays. But yeah, I mean, we need more Seals. We need more Seals.
I mean, we've seen the trifecta spoken time and time again of the Manley, Spears, and
Seaman.
Yeah, and Seaman. But Manley, Seals, and Seaman. But right now, Spears is trying to nudge his way in there and be like, hey, one sec, wait a minute, I'm also one of these guys too. And right now, he's putting on a great case for it.
Yeah, he's doing very well, but at the same time, the rest of this Cardinals team is not doing enough to keep him in it. And just personally, it's an opinion statement, I would put it on play calling for the most part. I don't think that the right players have been involved enough. Also, the referee switching out footballs here. Nothing, okay? No penalties. Yeah, just really interesting stuff. A little bit confusing, perhaps. Cardinals here trailing in a game that it just didn't feel like that was going to be the case at any point. And it's been 80% of this game that they've been trailing. As now this homecoming crowd has got a "Let's Go Cardinals" chant going that is very loud, trying to will their team back into the lead here. Majette goes in motion. Manley with the handoff to Spear. And Spear will be wrapped up and dragged back to the end zone as if he's a criminal under arrest. Parker Guja with the tackle there, the senior, 6 foot tall.
Metaphor I was gonna make is like a mom like taking away like her kid from like stealing like candy or something like that. He like sees the kid like taking something he definitely shouldn't.
Yeah, he said, "Come over here."
He got walked away.
You're going to the timeout corner.
Yeah.
His forward progress was stopped after a gain of 2, so it'll be 2nd and 8. We've got Seals out on the left. Majette playing that wing back spot. Seals in the backfield. Manley with the hand to Spear. Spear!
Oh, wow!
Doing what he does best. Spear's putting people on the ground, and a first down, Eudora Cardinals by Braden Spear.
Digging through all of them. He just pushed them all back. Wow.
I mean, the second that was handed off, he was met by a Cyclones defender, and I thought, oh, man, maybe a gain of 2 or 3. And he said, don't worry, Reed, it's a first down. I got it.
Let's double that. Let's triple it.
I mean, we'll say it again, that barbed wire barbecue who's smoking player of the game. If the Cardinals can get back in front, there is one name that we are both nominating, and I think you know who it is.
The fact that it's a new one. The fact that it's a new one this season is kind of crazy because we've seen it go like kind of get tossed between the 2 or 3 players that we all know and love. But Spears right now making a great case for himself.
Yep, and there he was again on that carry. Gain of maybe 4 or 5. It was Tommy Evans that made the stop in the end. It is 2nd and 7 here. We are under 10 minutes remaining in this game. Cardinals still losing. They need to find an answer here on offense. 2nd and 7. Manley gives to Spear yet again. He is met. Maybe a gain of 3 if they do the same thing. Taking it to the timeout corner. It'll be 3rd and 4, and there is a player down for the Cyclones. It looks bad. Could that be Tommy Evans? If so, he has been a force for them on defense. I think it is. That is number 64. Ooh. He has been huge today.
And he's down right now.
Yeah, he is down, and he is down hard. We will take a quick break. We'll come back, see if there's any better news on this situation for this injured Cyclones player. And it was indeed Tommy Evans. We had not really taken a moment to highlight him yet today, but he has been absolutely spectacular. A wrecking ball of a force there on defense for the Cyclones. He got up to applause. He was helped off the field about 50% of the way and then jogged off the rest. So I'd have to say, I would think that is a good sign. But right now is going to be Colin Harris, a 5'8", 220 junior, subbing in for Tommy Evans, the 6'2", 265 senior. And he has been all of 265 of an impact on that defensive line. Let's see if the Cardinals can capitalize on the big boy that's standing on the sideline right now. Maybe in his absence, they can make a big play.
Hey, 220 and 5'8" is actually not that bad, though. I mean, that ratio is pretty good in terms of what you want on a defense.
Right, but there's nothing like 6'2", 265. Come on.
That's a tower.
Spear in the backfield. Majette in motion. And there was a lot of miscommunication there. That flag is going to be on the Cardinals, I believe. Seemed like everybody but the center kind of situation, as they were all not on the same page as the snap count. I haven't gotten an official signal yet, but it seemed pretty clear that was a Eudora penalty. Here we are. Encroachment! It is encroachment on the defense. Excuse me. What do I know? That was a flag on the defense. Apparently, the referees say the defense made the offense jump, and that is going to be a first down for the Cardinals. That is similar to the 3rd and 5 penalty that happened against the Cyclones, and it's just as big as when the Cardinals did so.
This game of football is really quickly transitioning to a game of capture the flag, and both teams are winning. I'm not gonna lie, both teams are winning. They keep getting them.
That's funny, dude. That's good. Capture the flag. Yeah, it has been tough here. Majet in motion. Manley keeps, and a nice gain. Ends up diving there for maybe 5 or 6. That will leave 2nd and 3 or 4.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, honestly, anything that happened on the play was still a positive at the end of the day because, the flag just makes them have that good race set right there. 2 and 5, then that's a lot of space for them to work with. They can definitely go for some risky plays because they know that they can just rush 5 yards pretty easily and get those down.
It's interesting. I mentioned the first play of this game for the Cardinals offense where Manley got hurt. Just now as he walked over to the coach, he was just showing a little tiny bit of a hitch in his step, just an indication that he isn't at 100%, really fighting to be in this game, and he's doing amazingly well at that. And wow, Matt Majet. No, excuse me, it is Braden Spear yet again. We keep trying to discredit him. I don't know why.
He keeps rolling through them.
Army crawling on the ground for that first down. He is going to win this game all on his own for the Cardinals.
He thinks this is Army boot camp.
That's unbelievable. Crazy. And a first down for the Cardinals. Seven minutes here.
Cheerleader chant of let's crack the defense, and I can't lie, Spears has been doing exactly that. Cheerleaders on the ball for that one.
7 minutes made here. 3rd and 1, another good 3rd down. This is where the Cardinals fumbled last time, and they did a QB sneak. You know what's interesting as they convert here? I'm thinking that might have been the play call last time that resulted in the fumble, a QB sneak. It was just tough to tell, as you talked about. It was on that far side of the field. Anyway, we'll forget about that. A first down here for Cole Manley. They did the 92% play. If you know, you know. That QB sneak goes for a first down here as we got 6.5 remaining. But the Cardinals are still down here. I would be really interested to see if they sort of decide when they score kind of thing, because maybe they could kill a lot more of this game and not give Ottawa much of a chance in terms of time. But both teams do have all 3 timeouts remaining as well, so they can only do so much.
Here's the thing. If you opt for that strategy, you need to make that touchdown. You make that touchdown, suddenly it's, we need to get to an auto. Oh, wow.
Seals.
Wait, Seals going to.
And, no. I was excited. I popped up happy because we saw Seals with the ball in his hands, and he is dropped for a loss of 6 yards there. That will bring up 2nd and 16. That is unbelievable.
At this point, I don't think they can stall the timer out. I think they need to go for it, man. I mean, at this point, it's only going to look worse and worse for them. And if Ottawa gets to that last play, with what we know is with football stalling tactics, they can drain it quite a bit. That clock will go down quickly. So they just need to go for it as much as possible in this. 2 and 16 though, that's not anything easy, honestly. 16 yards is going to be a bit of a hassle to get through.
They need to get about half back here to be in a manageable situation. And let's see if they can do so. Manley with a quick pitch here to guess who? Spear, and he gets about half of it back, maybe more. This man just makes big plays. And as we were talking about big plays, it's really interesting seeing that last play that ended up losing 6, where they give to Seals. We've been calling for him to be involved in this game, and they try to do so, and then he is dropped for a loss. That's just really unfortunate. It seems like Ottawa has managed to cancel him out today, and that's just going to be the way that things are.
Maybe it's a good foresight by Ottawa, just knowing, that's a player to look out for. We're going to stop him now. And honestly, that's a great idea to go for. Maybe the injury is still affecting him slightly from the last game.
It's possible. It's a bit of that Bill Belichick thing. If you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us with your left hand, not your right. We'll take away your best option. And here Eudora is going to take a timeout, so we will quickly do the same and come back here with 4.5 left in this game.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
And we are back here. 4.5 left. 3rd and long is the situation for the Cards. They have got 2 timeouts remaining. Let me update that on your screen there as this game is winding down. This is a big 3rd down that could absolutely shape the complexion of this game when we're recapping it in 5 minutes.
Yeah, 3rd downs are they're the ones.
It's where it's been won and lost today, as you said. Crowd getting loud here for this big situation. Hubler is the man in motion. Manley is looking to throw. Thought about keeping it. An insane pump fake. Goes to his left. He is looking for Van Dong, and he cannot find him. And in the end, Cole McGrath's upset at himself for not picking it. Van Dong was the target, and
what's the option? What's the option? What's the option? It's going to be 4th and 9 now.
There's a flag, I think.
Oh, wait. On who? On who? Wait, on who?
There is a flag.
This matters a lot.
It appeared to be called against Eudora.
Whoa. Oh, no.
Well, I imagine the coach for the Cyclones is going to have to decline this. Coach Walt Alexander. Got to decline it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is he accepted? He has accepted the penalty. Interesting decision here to give the Cardinals another opportunity at 3rd down. Yes, it's now 3rd and 18, so it's far less likely.
Yeah, but look at what can happen. Obviously,
yeah, I mean, it was 4th and 9 was his option there if he declined it. And Coach Walt Alexander for the Cyclones accepts. And so the Cardinals have another bite at the cherry here where they could potentially convert on a 3rd and long in the same way that the Cyclones have done on multiple occasions. Seals in motion. He's lost his man. If they had snapped the ball there, he would have been wide open. Now Majette in motion. Manley drops back. Looks for Majette. I don't know who that's for. It was maybe for Majette. Falls incomplete at the 10-yard line. And so Coach Walt Alexander's decision in the end does come good as it will be 4th and 18. And the Cardinals, I mean, this is terrible.
Okay,
do you punt?
Look at it from like a 4D chess strategy. That is an extra inning of time that's getting wasted now.
Right.
As long as you do not severely fumble the bag, this should be looking like a win
for the Cyclones.
Yeah.
No,
especially with the pace that this game's been at. That extra inning, honestly, of time, 20 seconds? That matters.
Sorry, Andy. The offense is back out there. Caden Kerr, the punter, stays on the sideline. So 4th and 18. Manley fakes the pitch. He has Spear. He goes for Hubler. Hubler catches it. He's got the first. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? This game. First down Cards.
Oh, my.
No.
Wait.
The ref called him short. Hubler was short by maybe a half yard. This game just swung again. It was right before our eyes. We thought it was a first. Hubler made the grab. Van Dong comes off in sight.
I don't want to say anything, but that could genuinely decide the game. That could be it. That could be it.
Hubler made up 17 and a half out of 18 needed yards. And it is a first down, a turnover on downs. Ottawa. And now Eudora, with their 2 timeouts remaining, might not have a say over the rest of this game. These 4 minutes might run out before they know it.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
That's tough if you're a Eudora fan.
Handoff here to Sylvie, and he gets about half of the 10 back. Oh, my word. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, what a moment for that second we thought Hubler got it. It was just unbelievable. I mean, that seemed like the Cardinals were going to stall, score the touchdown, and win this game. And instead, it's a turnover on downs. And, Oh, you know what? It's worth highlighting. Walt Alexander's decision to decline that 3rd and 9 penalty.
That was so big. That was actually big.
Has turned absolutely genius here. It seems like the coach knows what he's doing more than a couple of college students.
It could have been. It's genius now. It could have been the worst play ever.
Yeah.
It could have been
I'm with
awful.
you, Andy. And the handoff to Sylvie here makes a man miss, and then goes and gets the first down. That is huge in terms of just an opportunity to run the clock down here. 3 minutes 16 remains. That clock will stop for a moment because they got to get the chains back where they belong for this first down.
Yeah,
but
that
man,
Ottawa crowd.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Coach Drew Steffen uses his timeouts here. He's got 2 remaining.
That clock's ticking.
Could definitely try to keep some time on the clock, but it'll be.
Look at them. Yeah, they're using all that time.
Yeah, they're going to have to force a turnover, a fumble, a pick, something.
Interception. Man, you guys need a. Ooh, wow.
Something crazy and unforeseen has to happen. And if you've been watching this game, you know that something crazy and unforeseen has been all that has been happening today. Vink keeps, makes a man miss, and gain of maybe 3 there. And I think that is Eudora. Coach Steffen has called his second timeout here, so we will take a break here on Eudora Sports Live. Do not go anywhere. This game is good.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
We are back here. 2:36 says the clock. 1 timeout remains for Eudora as they are praying for something crazy to happen. 2nd and 7 here. You got to imagine that if Ottawa keeps the ball on the ground, that the clock will. Coach Steffen will call a timeout again to stop the clock. The give to Sylvie. That means the clock will run, and he is stopped after a gain of 4.
You know, honestly, it doesn't matter. Yep, just reset that clock. Reset that clock.
No timeout here.
40 seconds that can just go by right now.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Simply
tick, tick, tick.
Ridiculous how this game is
They just need a chat. They just need a chat. They just have to regroup for a second. They need to catch their breath.
Another 3rd down. If Ottawa can do what Ottawa has done all day long, this game is all but over. If Ottawa fails to convert, the Cardinals will get to call their timeout, make Ottawa punt, and have one last chance with no timeouts
this would need to
take the lead.
Patriots versus like.
Oh my! No! Please no! You cannot.
Oh no!
There's a flag.
Student section for.
It is encroachment on the D. That is the game, folks. I mean.
That might. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Something crazy needs to happen.
It just did, Andy.
Okay.
I know what you mean. But come on.
Let's think about the possibilities. Hold on one sec. Listen, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here.
Oh.
It could be worse.
This is big.
Wait.
So apparently the amount to gain was like 3rd and 5.5 because this 5-yard penalty has not given the Ottawa Cyclones a first down. It is 3rd and 1. That is huge.
Is it not 1 and 10?
I'm not. The scoreboard says 1st and 10, but the referees here, those chains have not moved.
1 second. There's some discussion right now.
They're talking about the distance to gain here. Was it longer than 5 yards, and will it stay 3rd down here? Rather than being a first down, this penalty, this could be a lifeline for your Cardinals in this game.
They're playing the Jeopardy music.
They are playing the Jeopardy music. Okay, careful you don't get us copyrighted here. And your singing is
it's too
perfect.
Beautiful.
It's too perfect.
Yeah,
you might get stolen from us. So from the looks of it, it is short. Yes.
If I'm a Eudora player, I'd be so mad.
No. Eudora players are happy here. The Ottawa players got to be upset.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
The scoreboard, there it is. Scoreboard is updated. 3rd and 1. So this is the same situation is still here. Cardinals stop them. They're in this game. Ottawa converts. This game is over. And quarterback Zayden Vink keeps, converts, and celebrates. As that is potentially the end of this game. Eudora does have their one remaining timeout.
Once again, they need a interception.
They need a
and the quickest sprinter ever. Hey, we have track stars on the team. They have track stars on the team. It's possible.
This game has just been unbelievable. The Cardinals, I mean, it feels like the Cardinals cannot lose this game just for the complexion of their season. But it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen.
This would put them 2-2, and that's not a great start.
Last season ended 8-2, and that second loss was in the playoffs. It was in the second round of the playoffs that they lost their second game. If they're going to lose their second game of the season by week 4, that would be huge. There is a flag down here as delay of game is what it will be. So that doesn't really mean a whole lot for this game. What it does mean is they tried to kill every second possible.
At this point, I'd be down to give up yards just for some time.
But I don't know actually if the clock was ticking because it was first down. So not sure. Maybe there's just some miscommunication on the Ottawa side of things. Man, oh man, this game is crazy. Football, what a sport.
Yeah, football. This is a. Oh, yeah, this one's a doozy. There is
a doozy.
Yeah, there are plays that need to happen. That's for sure. Will they happen?
It's possible.
We're
laughing here. We're laughing through the pain. It's a bit of a confusing one here. And there it is.
The best medicine, and
Ottawa kneels, and Coach Steffen calls a timeout. So we will do the same for the final time here. Probably we will go to break before we come back here with a minute remaining in this football game.
Save the Children believes childhood without food is unimaginable. Yet around the world, children are suffering from the worst famine in our lifetime, coupled with conflict, poverty, climate change, and more. Join Save the Children and get fed up. Fed up with the lack of progress. Fed up with the injustice. Learn how you can get involved in the fight against childhood hunger at savethechildren.org/getfedup.
I'm fed up.
We're fed up.
We're fed up.
No timeouts remain here for your Cardinals. They just took their final one, and you know what the play call is. It is victory formation for these Ottawa Cyclones, and they will have to do it once more, and this game will be over. Just unbelievable, Andy. I mean, we called it a get-right game, and they did anything but. Unfortunately, this really changes the complexion of this whole season. It reflects on the importance of Errol Seaman, and it's just...
That clock's ticking.
My mind is blown.
That clock is ticking.
Oh, yeah, this game's over. They're going to kneel it once more, and then this game is done. There it is. That is all they needed to do, they being the Cyclones. This game is over. Eudora falls to 2-2. Ottawa improves to 2-2. Just wild. I mean, I'm still processing what this means for the Cardinals season going forward. This is huge. An unbelievable result, an unbelievably entertaining game, no doubt. But
that was.
But for everyone watching from Eudora, this hurts.
This is one of the lowest scoring games of the season, but you can't say it didn't have its moments. I mean, it had 2 fumbles that were just game changing. They had so many third down moments that just completely changed the course of everything. And it's hard to put it all into words, but yeah, they're all unfortunately going to come down to a Eudora loss. If you're a Eudora fan, you're sad. If you're an Ottawa fan, you're ecstatic. I mean, this is finally getting to a point where Eudora's dropping games to teams that they really have not in a while. I don't want to say that they're in a slump right now, but they need to pick back up.
No, it certainly seems like it. We will take a break here, but don't go anywhere. We're going to try to break down what this means, process these emotions, turn them into words.
We can announce our barbed wire BBQ Who's Smoking player of the game.
Yes, we will have that when we get back here. We are taking a break here, but don't go anywhere. Eudora Sports Live.
State coordinates of new land acquisition.
Oh, well, you know that big oak tree that got struck by lightning?
Negative.
The barn with the funny cow mural?
Negative.
One-eyed scarecrow?
Negative.
Giant water tower? You're not from here, are you?
I've never seen him.
Robots don't know you. We do.
Hey, how's your dad doing?
For over 80 years, we've built relationships first and plans second. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau Agent Anthony Brown in Eudora today at 785-615-0516.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
We are back here, Reed McAvoy and Andy Duarte, and all that was said during the break was just wow. Just simply wow. We heard one of the Eudora higher up in our ear over here saying, you know, it was deserved for Ottawa. In the end, they played really well, and Eudora just did not.
In the crunch, it just wasn't
Yeah,
close.
Ottawa just came in and played their best brand of football. I mean, that moment where they had 5 wide and made the got a first down was sort of just exemplifying this whole game of Ottawa setting up and doing whatever it was that they wanted to do, and the Cardinals just couldn't. The Cardinals couldn't do whatever it was that they wanted to do, and I'm not sure that whatever it was that they wanted to do was the right thing to do, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you're speaking like Spanish at this point, but I can get the translation of it. But yeah, I mean, there was 5 minutes left. There was 5 minutes left on that play, and then you just see the clock slowly tick, and slowly it ticked. That was a 20-minute 5 minutes, and it was a nail biter. I mean, you thought that, you know, Eudora would need to do something, and just quite frankly, they could not squeeze it out.
Yeah, I mean, when it was 10-7 at half, we knew that was a bad sign. because this is now both games here in which the Cardinals have trailed at half. The Cardinals have trailed when it was over. I mean, there was the fumble from Dante Silvi, allowed Eudora to get back into the end zone by way of an amazing Cole Manley run, who we mentioned was not at 100%. And then Ottawa just came back, scored that touchdown after the terrible fumble that we think was maybe on a QB sneak. And
I don't know if it's a mentality thing because, like, they've dropped now 2 comebacks. And I don't know if it's like they just feel so much more confident after being in the lead, or if them being in the lead is simply just a skill difference. But right now, it's just too unfortunate. Like, not being able to bring it back is just not something you want to start the season with, right? As you said, last time, second round they lost was in the playoffs. If we're going to see more of these scattered wins and losses, we might not make it.
Yeah, and I think I know exactly what it is that killed this game for the Cardinals. And I bet you at home might know as well, but if you don't, you'll have to stick around after this break to find out what it is. You know exactly where to stay right here on Eudora Sports Live.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Reed McAvoy and Andy Duarte back here with you on Eudora Sports Live. If you stuck through the break to hear me say what the problem with this game was, it is penalties. Penalties. There was way too much laundry out there on the field. It felt like it was there the entire game. Cardinals simply could not escape it. They gave up a huge first down. They were lucky that they didn't give up a huge first down here in this fourth quarter, and even still, they couldn't capitalize on their luck, didn't make it count. It's just, man, the penalties really, really killed the game, and they have been a problem all season. I said this last week, but in the first two games, the penalties didn't matter because they were just steamrolling the opponents. Like, they could give up 15 yards because they already had 30, 40 points. It didn't matter. But then against Spring Hill, it cost big, and I think that here against Ottawa, Spring Hill was one thing. Spring Hill is a team that's obviously on the rise. Ottawa just genuinely is not. And yet, Eudora lost. Those penalties were huge. I think they really are what lost them the game.
Yeah, I mean, flags were flying like... This is not the color guard. We do not want flags flying like that, all right? This is football. And unfortunately, they just need to learn the fact that, like, they cannot be doing things like that. Those many false starts was legitimately, like... I saw quite a few upset parents of that one, and you hate to see that. But, hey, if you want to speak on a good note, though, we're talking about barbed wire BBQ's Who's Smoking Player of the Game, baby! Yes, sir. A beautiful name, by the way, barbed wire. Thank you so much. But, yeah, this is a live read. Thank you so much. And we are going to now award it to... Let's get a drum roll real quick. One sec. That is... hold on one sec. Let me
Braden Spears.
Braden Spears. Yes, of course. I wanted to make sure I didn't get it wrong. Braden Spears, congratulations. I mean, he just played magnificently. He was just quite literally, as you said earlier, no pun intended, just stabbing through that defense the entire time, literally pushing like 15 men slowly down the field. Do you think the play's over and suddenly, oh, wait a minute, who is that? It's Braden Spears. Oh, who is that? Yeah, it's not a ghost. It's Braden Spears. Pushing through everything. Like, his leg day must be crazy because he was, oh my God. It's just the way he forced himself through all of that. It was amazing. And yeah, that is definitely a barbed wire BBQ Who's Smoking Player of the Game type of talent right there.
Yeah, so Braden Spear is our barbed wire barbecue Who's Smoking Player of the Game. We are going to go to one last break here, and then we will come back and we will talk about maybe a little bit of an update on Errol Seaman's status, what it looks like for him potentially being back for this team, because from the looks of it, they really need him. So don't go anywhere. One last time, stick around here on Eudora Sports Live.
The Supplemental Security Income Program provides monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to start to apply. Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Anthony Brown in Eudora today at 785-615-0516.
Reed McAvoy, Andy Duarte back with you for the final time here. So obviously we cannot legally divulge what injury it is that Errol Seaman suffered last week. However, I can tell you that it is pretty hopeful that he will be back by next week's game. I know that he is hopeful. I've talked with him personally, and he said, "Don't worry, I'll be back after this next game." And I didn't think that was going to cost the Cardinals as much as it did. I really thought they could get through this game without him. But even still, just previewing that next weekend's matchup against Lewisburg, I believe it is. Let me verify that statement before I go down that rabbit trail. Yeah, it is indeed Lewisburg, and hopefully star running back number 8, Errol Seaman, will be back for that game. That game is an interesting one. Last season, which I've been referencing a lot, the Cardinals lost to Lewisburg. It was their first loss of the season last year. They were 4-0 going into that game and lost to Lewisburg 28-27 in overtime.
Close. Hey, that's close.
So it is a close. You're absolutely right, but to see them on this skid right now and think of them going in and beating an opponent who was 3-0 going into tonight. Not sure what their score is in the game against Pleasant Hill, but to be the fact that they are 3-0 already, and the Cardinals.
What you're saying is it's not looking like a positive.
Right, 3-0 and potentially 4-0 going into the game where the Cardinals will be 2-2. Screw the get right game. Cardinals just need to win.
Yeah, at this point we need to start packing up some more like wins. Getting still some under our belt, because right now, I mean, going 2-2, going average is just, I think, what the Cardinals are not at all used to at this point. Very good team that we have right here in Eudora. I think that once we just get Errol Seaman back in here, once we get a bit more of these good plays getting thrown in there, maybe the coach can iron out a couple of things, hash out a couple of things with the players to make sure that they're not getting caught with a lot of these penalties and flags. I think we can kind of start getting back into the swing of things, and maybe even start getting it back, especially with next week against Lewisburg.
Yeah, and something I mentioned during this game is that the Cardinals last year finished 8-2, with that second loss being what eliminated them from the playoffs. In the second round of the playoffs against Bishop Miege, they lost by only 6, 33-27, and that was the end of their season. 10 weeks in, they finally lost their second game. Here, 4 weeks in. 4 weeks in, they have lost their second game. That's really tough, and it is interesting to me, just as a former kicker, to highlight both games being lost by a field goal differential. We know Caden Kerr can make those kicks. Caden Kerr can make kicks from shorter distance, albeit. But I would just love to see sometime in this game just getting a lead. It could be infinitesimal. Just getting a lead is huge. And in moments like this where it can be drive by drive by drive of teams not really doing much, to have a lead, to have extra points is huge. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you really hit it on the head. I mean, I don't have much else to say here.
I mean, how about we just talk about how crazy this game was? The moments of when Ottawa was up 10-7 and Dante Sylvie broke off a big run. It was like, oh, man, this game might be over. Then he drops it. Cardinals pick it up. First play, touchdown. Holy crap, this game is anything but over.
I think he wanted to make it a cooler story.
Right. And
imagine how bad he would feel right now if they lost.
Yeah, and then the Cardinals then in a different spot had it 3rd and 1 inside the dread zone, fumbled it there, gave it to Ottawa, who then scored the touchdown that ended up ending this game, or being the final difference maker in this game, that is, when they took the lead 17-14, never gave it up. And then that Braylon Hubler reception on 4th and 18, where he picked up, says the referees, 17.5 yards out of 18. Just heartbreaking stuff here for your Cardinals, but it was still a great game of football. For Andy Duarte and Reed McAvoy, it's been a pleasure being with you. Thanks for having us. Go Cardinals, and good night.